Hey, you guys all look great tonight. Hey, who's excited for South City Revival? Let me know.
We are. We got Peter on the line. This is now our third attempt, America, at this fucking podcast. Without Peter, the whole thing is falling apart. We're all dying. Everything is awful.
Not miss a minute of South City Revival.
We won't.
It's not worth it.
We won't. We're gonna do a nice 30-minute, tight 30 minutes, hopefully, or until this machine fucking breaks again, and then we're out.
Oh, baby, we're back again for the 18th time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to episode 251 of the Saturday Night Pregame podcast.
We're talking.
Yeah, we're just going to let Peter keep talking here. I like this.
We're talking. Oh, I don't even have a fucking. Do I have anything? Oh, there we go.
I'll call you back in a little bit.
All right, we are here.
Podcast 251.
Got it. Yep, absolutely. Bye.
We're gonna give you a quick recap of last weekend. We went to Indianapolis. Joe did some stuff with Brian. Fun weekend.
Yep, it was a great time. You guys did some drinking at the
We did a lot of
brewery.
drinking.
You did the podcast. You
Arena
hung
football.
out at
Tin Roof. Burger King at McDonald's. Got the whole works.
Yeah,
in.
we did everything dumb.
Yep. I went to the Hangee Up by myself, and then last night I saw people fornicating on the dance floor at Beauty Bar.
Joe, can you just give real quick? I think we need the visual. For
Oh
that,
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. So they were doing a lot of dancing, like
Latin dancing.
a lot of Latin dancing, like dipping her, and she was like flailing her arms around, and then at one point I turn around and the guy is at vagina height, finger blasting the vagina, and going blah, 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 blah. And then the lady in her fucking feel of the music, I don't know what kind of beat brings this on, but she started like finger blasting his mouth when she was down. And when I turned around to see if anybody else in my group or immediate vicinity saw this atrocity happening in real time, Danny's girlfriend Denam saw, and her eyes were just as wide open and jaw on the floor as mine was.
Nice.
So Joe had to go to church last night after that.
Yeah, I took a bath in holy water.
You should have went to temple.
He's got a temple.
Yeah.
Not the Jewish kind.
Yeah. So wild times, and we'll probably end up there tonight for Anam's birthday.
Yeah, for a little bit at least. I mean, I don't need to be out all night long, but
No, not
So
looking.
do we want to revisit Joe's evening last night again? Because that was a pretty good story.
yeah, that was pretty good. I think you got to tell.
Can we give us a Cliff Notes version, Joe?
Yeah, you give us the little wide-eyed version.
Let's start from you and guys left Beauty Bar. Let's start from that point. So you were at Beauty Bar with the Latin dancing, and at the end of the evening, you and Brian decided you wanted a few more beers. So you decided, let's go to Cleo's, which happened to be a late night bar in the vicinity.
Yeah, so we walk over.
Take it from there, Joseph.
We wait probably about 30 minutes to get a beer. As we're waiting, this woman who looks like she's, just come out of the movie Austin Powers, comes up, bright blue dress with some frills on it, huge cell phone with a fan on it, charges through like 6 layers of people waiting to get beers, gets her order taken right away. The guy next to her is pissed. This guy sitting at the bar, having been at the bar the entire time, getting overlooked. Slams on the bar. Bartender turns around, says, "What's up?" That guy who did it immediately acts like he didn't do it. Lady gets her beer, tells the guy, "Hey, if you want to get beers, you just got to tip tip well." And I'm thinking, okay, that's fair. And then she goes, $300. Just put $300 down.
And Joe's like, "Yeah, you're stupid."
Yeah, that bitch cray. So then. We finally get our beers, and we order 2. I'm like, they got Coors on draft, so we get that, and then we get a couple of Nooners, and we're finally enjoying this crisp, cool, refreshing Coors Light off the tap, and a brawl breaks out behind us between Discotheque Lady and some other lady. Don't exactly know what happened to start this scuffle.
Or what caused it.
Alcohol is what caused it, Chris.
Oh.
Copious amounts of alcohol and drunken hubris.
No, that lady obviously.
For sure.
She caused it, but I'm wondering what she did to cause it besides being drunk.
I don't know, but we turn around and it's like yelling, and we turn around, and all of a sudden, the disco lady shoves this other lady, and she falls back into a guy, and then the guy gets involved, and she kind of pushes the other lady, and then she falls into a guy, and that guy gets involved, and then the bartender's like, "Wah!" starts pushing people away, grabs the lady, chucks her out like a fucking, like Jazzy Jeff in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just chucks her out the door. And, you know, her friend follows. The guy that she's with follows. And then basically, I can only describe him as a man who rides Broncos for a living. Comes up.
He was a cowboy.
He goes.
He rode in on a sunny day.
According to Joe, he had cowboy bootcut jeans, bootcut boots, hat. Do you have that?
No hat.
No hat. He had the
chopped up, awful mullet.
Chopped up all, which is basically that's why they wear hats.
Yep.
And then he had
the belt. He had the rhinestone belt.
Basically, yeah. I mean, dude looked like a.
It was a rhinestone.
He was ready to line dance his ass all over the time.
1990s Marlboro tucked into his jeans. I mean, guy came off the boat. Brian actually had two great lines. One was he had a terrible haircut, terrible, awful mullet, and Brian, just one person away, staring at the guy, goes, "How do you think he asked for that haircut at the bar?" And then the reason this guy's at the bar, he was also collateral damage in the fight, and he lost he lost a couple of high lives. So the guy goes 2 high lives, and Brian mutters for 2 low lives. And I was like, Jesus Christ! I mean, Brian just knocking zingers out.
Brian's ready to check his ass, can't catch.
This guy's about to punch me through me into Brian, and we're gonna get fucked.
Yeah, Brian's trying to get like the disco girl.
Brian's like, you about to be my cowboy tonight, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So
then you decided to go. You're feeling a little food, I believe.
Yeah, Brian. Well, food came out. This place had a kitchen open at like 3:00 in the morning. Brian sees wings. He couldn't stop talking about this burger bun that had a bunch of seeds on it. He was like, that is not. He looked at it and he goes, that's not some McDonald's bullshit you're getting here. That's a real proper burger that they're making back there. Brian,
how much did Brian drink last night?
I don't know. But so then we go, we get it.
Was he shimmying just for no reason? No music? Was shimmying in the corner?
Yeah. He was when we got to Griddle 24 because we got into Griddle 24. We sit down. Prices are a little bit higher than last time we went. So we decided, all right, you know what? If we're gonna pay these prices,
how high was it that you? What was like a burger?
Like I would say this: we used to get like a countryside skillet, and it was like $12-13. It was like $20 before tax now, so it had almost doubled.
Oh wow,
in price. So we look at these prices, we're like, fuck, and we're thinking like the portions are huge. Brian's like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, would you be down for McDonald's? I said,
let's do a proper night.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, all right, let's go. And Brian's like, yeah, no. But first, fuck this place. He's like, he drinks all his water in his glass, and then we leave. He's like, no. We've waited. How many times have they been shit to us? I'm trying to get him back. I hope to God
he comes to Carrollton. I can't wait to talk to him about this.
Yeah. So then we start walking, and there's like...
That kid's probably dead right now.
He might be. We start walking, and there is a construction site going on. So this building is covered up in plywood, down one block, down the other block, and then there's scaffolding. And we're about to cross the street, and there's these 2 girls walking, early 20s. They almost look like they're dressed as Skittles. Like, one has a red shirt, one has an orange shirt, and they're both wearing white bottoms.
Okay.
Good visual.
This girl in the orange, I've never seen someone fall like this before. It was like in slow-mo, but she never actually fell. She was coming up to the curb, and sometimes the curb it's just up. So your toe catches it.
As a curb does.
Yes, yeah. And
it gets you every time.
Toe catches it. She falls into the plywood and just rides it for about 6 feet. And I'm like, is she going to fall? Is she not going to fall? And her friend kind of like helps catch her, and she kind of catches herself. And then they just keep on walking. And Brian turns to me and he goes, was that real? Like, what just happened? It was the sloppy, like you could tell she was wasted. It was the sloppiest, like, fall catch thing ever.
You guys had quite the eventful evening last night.
Well, another lady got out of the car, and she this was in front of Brian's place, or Brian's old place. So we're literally there, making our way. This car pulls over immediately across the street from Brian's place. This woman jumps out of the car, sits on the curb, and sits on the hood and just yells, I can't do it. Doesn't throw up. We don't know what the fuck's going on. We're just not looking back at this point. The guy's outside of his car, and he's just sitting on the sidewalk like this. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. By the time we get to the end of the block, they get back in the car. And then we finally make it to McDonald's. Bunch of people just sitting on the outside eating all their burgers and stuff. There's like this big, I don't know if it's an art piece or what, but people were using it, sitting on it.
Just the intended, I'm sure.
Yeah. So
Is that what you and Brian did?
yeah. So then we got our McDonald's
And you sat outside?
No. Then we got Ubers home. We got it into our Uber and dropped me off.
So you ate when you got home, you ate there.
I ate when I got home.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classy.
And I ordered 3 double cheeseburgers and a large fry.
And ate all of them.
I ate half of one part of my fry, and then I took a shower and I went to bed because I was so fucking sticky from Beauty Bar.
It's impressive you took a shower.
Yeah.
That's quite an evening. Me
Mm-hmm.
and Chris are both in bed by 11.
I'm damn sure by the time you and Brian went to bed, I got up like an hour later.
Yeah, and then I started texting Peter as he was on his way to the wedding he's at right now, where they're charging him $5 a beer.
Yeah, no, I literally was like, I woke up in the morning and I had 24 text messages in the chain with me, Brian, and Peter. I'm like, the hell is going? And I'm like, it's got because Peter's like, in Peter's infinite wisdom, he's like, oh hey, I'll text Chris at 7:00 Ireland time, 1:00 here, wakes my ass up. I'm like, what the hell is going? Like, I go over, I'm like, because Peter's like one of 6 people that I keep on do not disturb.
He's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, about to get on the train. It's a little iffy in this neighborhood. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's 1:00.
I hope you get stabbed, you asshole. Why you texting me?
He
fucker?
texted me on Thursday at 4 a.m. here, which is like 10:00 there. Landed safely, which is nice. I'm glad that he landed safely, but also like, hey man, do the time conversion. I gotta get up in an hour and a half. Leave me alone.
I don't love you that much.
Yeah.
You could text me. You could
wait till you got to the airport.
Give me a couple. Wait till you're on the road, then shoot me a text after.
Yeah.
Get your bags from customs first, and then we'll talk. All right.
Yeah. Get out of customs and everything, and then come talk to me.
Here's to hoping that Peter and Lauren are allowed back in the country.
They should be. Do we want to get a couple current events going?
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, I have a couple things on here.
Been a sad week in the world.
It has. Peter gave me a couple things to talk about.
Here's the silver lining. South Park put out a Trump episode.
Oh God,
did they
It's funny they did it right after that merger went through.
Fucking wrote. Yeah. So Stephen Colbert gets canceled from Paramount. South Park's like, cool, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Signs a contract for $1.5 billion where they get 10 episodes, or they get 50 episodes over 5 years, so 10 episodes a year for $1.5 billion. And their first episode out the gate.
Oh, they ripped
straight out of like the Saddam Hussein episode where he's like in love with the devil and he's in bed and he's got a tiny penis.
Why'd you paint like that?
I mean, there's a couple reasons they pushed the seasoning opening back a few weeks in case you're curious why.
No,
is
understood.
Insane.
But just proves if you make money, you can still make fun of Trump.
So Peter gave me a couple things to talk about. One of them is the best beer occasion. So like he wants to know when you think the best time to have a beer is. Is it an airport beer, the first beer after work on Friday, a baseball beer, a grill beer, a concert beer, or a shower beer?
What was the first few?
So these are just examples of what
airport beer,
airport beer, first beer after work on Friday.
I would say that one. That one's pretty nice.
I think the ballpark one's pretty nice.
Peter, I think, said for him is an airport beer or Friday beer. It's so the
airport beer is because you're on vacation. Though.
Yeah, I was about to say both are leading into.
I don't usually drink a beer on Friday.
I'm in the same boat as Pat. If it's a first beer after a hard week.
The week, yeah.
It's pretty good on Saturdays. That's one of my first beers.
That's mine too.
The one that I don't do a lot of, but very much is very appreciated when I do it, is a shower beer.
Yeah, I don't do too many shower beers.
I don't do very many, but when you do it, there's something about it. You get after a hard day's work or a hard run or something, you go in the shower and you have a shower beer. You just enjoy yourself. It's quite nice. But the airport beer is the top one.
Yeah,
there's nothing quite like
the ballpark beer is nice too. When you get to that first, get to the game, crack it open. It's not like summer day usually.
That's fair.
That's fair. I love the airport beer. Just that's the moment. You're through security. There's nothing stopping you from where you're at to where you're gonna get.
I'm convinced Brian Hamilton waits in other terminals to walk over till just before the gates will close.
It's fair. Because sometimes there's been times where me and Peter have literally gone in. We rush to a bar and you're chugging a beer and you're trying to get down before you get on that plane.
Yep. Very true.
Is it Peter? Anything else you want to go through?
Peter did want to talk about, or he did say, he did have a question, which is quite interesting. So I guess he found out, like he left on Wednesday for Ireland, and he found out that there is a certain airport this week that is busy, the busiest airport I'm assuming in the U.S., and it's all just for this week. So like, imagine Peter left on Wednesday.
Huh.
So like, guess which airport is the busiest airport that week, and it quite honestly shocked me. I would never. I don't think anybody's gonna guess it, but
for this week.
Yeah, for this week. So I would say Monday through probably today.
I'm trying to think what's going on this week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's happened in the
I
world.
mean, you will if you guys get this, I will buy you whatever drink you want.
Can I ask well, maybe can I? Is it a? Can I ask if it's an airport we've been to?
I don't think any of us have been to this airport.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
I know I haven't. Pat may be the only person
I would guess
possibly
Atlanta.
that may.
The Atlanta airport just
Nope.
because it's huge.
I was going to say that, Joe. So
Yeah.
thank you for going first.
Yeah. Listen, I'm terrible at geography. If you tell me to pick out other places, you're like the airport in Maine.
It's not the Masters, and so not Georgia Airport. I don't even know what's going on this weekend. It's the British Open.
The thing that you would, I'm pretty sure it's in the U.S., but it is not. It's literally something you'll never guess this airport. It's not in like an outside country, or it's like in the U.S. I can give you that.
Continental U.S.
Continental U.S.
How
yes.
about you just pick a fucking airport?
Yeah,
so we can
let's
find out?
go with the. We're gonna go with San Diego's airport, whatever that was.
Nope. It is.
Okay, that would have been a good one.
It is Oshkosh,
Wisconsin.
Oshkosh Airport.
Are they having like the tug of war?
They
type?
have-
the Packers
they have
training camp starts or something.
EAA Air Venture 2025 this week.
What is that?
According to this, it's the
It must be some huge
EAA Air Venture Oshkosh Flying Convention, Wisconsin, attracting more than 600,000 people and 10,000 airplanes each July.
Would have never gotten that. You're right. Never would have gotten that.
No, yeah, that's why I said
I guess until next year.
Is an annual air show and a gathering of aviation.
I'll be honest. I didn't even know Oshkosh had
enthusiasts.
an airport.
Neither did I, and that's why I said like if one of you would have guessed it, I would have bought whatever drink you wanted for the whole entire night.
I would have spent Coors Lights, but that's
Wow. Interesting.
Is there any other topics Mr. McGraw likes to cover here?
He wanted to cover what you guys felt about the Washington Commanders and Cleveland Guardians and having
Trump wants their names reversed.
and Donnie T having their names reversed.
Did he actually get them reversed?
No,
or
he
just
wants them reversed.
I like the statements that both corporations put out. They're like, no.
Yeah, like fuck off.
They're fucking football. Like,
But it's
there's
like-
nothing. There's nothing that's gonna beat that money wise.
The problem is one's baseball, one's football. But like the issue I have is like,
Sorry, yeah.
if you're gonna go to this, then are you gonna send the
This
Memphis
is-
Grizzlies back to Vancouver because
is
they weren't
all
from Memphis?
Donnie's just trying to distract you from the fact
Yeah.
he's on the Epstein list. right?
Exactly. That's exactly. It's all to
He's
distract.
just trying to get anything, and he's pulling anything out.
That
He wakes
fucking-
up trying to think of anything to
that
distract you
fucking
from being
dude is
Epstein.
putting out AI videos where they're like arresting Obama.
I thought- yeah,
and putting
He's
him
trying
in
to think about what countries he
jail.
can bomb right now to
How
distract
the
us.
Fuck is that possible?
What is that crap? Yeah, like he signed legislation to prevent deepfakes. We try to get Donnie T to be a taco, like a cartoon taco, and they decide, we can't do that because it violates our thing. But you can have
bullshit.
a video put together, an AI video put together of Obama getting arrested. That's not fake.
Yeah. Such.
Does anybody have any
bullshit.
thoughts on Ozzy Osbourne passing or the Hulkster?
I heard
Ozzy Osbourne,
I
Hulk
heard-
Hogan,
yeah.
and
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Warner.
there,
yeah.
and
There's also another guy that I'm not as familiar with. My
I-
dad mentioned this morning to me.
Chuck Mangione,
Yes, that's the guy.
the guy from King of the Hill, who played the trumpet.
Get out.
That's the only reason why I know him. Yeah.
My dad said you know his songs. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess he was correct on that.
Yeah, he was in. But I heard Ozzy Osbourne was suffering from like Parkinson's or
He said that for
something.
a long time though. Yeah.
But he had like a rare like Parkinson's condition or something. Yeah.
I mean, he
is
played a
what's
show
gonna
like
come
2
out.
weeks ago, which is kind of wild. Which is kind of. I think that was surprising.
Yeah, like 3 weeks
He had
ago,
his
yeah.
final concert like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, he played that.
He was sitting down like the kind of the Dave Grohl kind of throne, but
Yeah.
but he was out there singing like it's kind of surprised that he'd go from that to like pass on in that short. period
Yeah, I
of time.
mean, he had all going on. And
by
then-
all accounts, he was a very very nice human being.
Yeah, outside.
Ozzy Osbourne?
Besides the drug.
Yeah,
abuse, but he's very nice.
besides being an
Really?
alcoholic. And
He's supposed to be a
like-
very nice guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody has a good, nobody has any bad thing to say about him.
That's so interesting, given his like
Prince of Darkness,
proclivity
yeah.
for Prince of Darkness and like.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a very nice guy.
rock. That's really cool.
The other person that passed away this week has a lot more than people.
The-
who
yeah,
are
the
not,
Hulk-
not
yeah.
as big a fan.
The Hulkster, yeah.
I didn't know. I recently found a new Reddit app that I really like. That's not shit like the actual Reddit app, and a couple things posted about Hulk Hogan, including a tweet by Shaquille O'Neal that I read, and that's what spurred it. Shaquille O'Neal, I think it was Shaquille O'Neal, put out a tweet going, I was a huge fan of Hulk. We were friends when he was alive. Never knew about any of this heinous shit that he said. Fuck that guy. And that was his tweet. And then I was like, what? And then you read into it. Hulkamania. Bit of a
I think you have to separate his character on
For
WWE
sure.
from the man that was behind the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can't deny that Hulk Hogan was like the biggest name in wrestling, and is the reason that wrestling
For
is
sure.
so popular now.
Some people were saying like at one point he was one of the most recognizable
sure.
figures on the earth.
Of course,
Well,
I would agree.
absolutely. And I've also I've heard a lot of the negativity. There's all or like the negative things they said. Like he's just like a bad person. But I've also seen a lot of like the good things. Like if there was like kids that wanted to see him or like stuff like that, he would make the time. Like it was kind of like John Cena, where it's like John Cena like Make a Wish. Like he,
but I think
he went from like the UK, like he was filming a movie in the UK, or like he was filming a movie in Spain. And like this kid's Make a Wish thing was like, I want to meet
As long as
John
it wasn't
Cena.
a black kid.
No, this is John
I'm
Cena.
just
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah, this is John.
I'm joking.
But like
I'm
John,
joking.
Cena,
I'm joking.
John Cena's
I'm
in
sorry.
John Cena's in
That would have
Spain,
got cut if we didn't have two other
and
podcasts.
like the kid in what is it in the UK wanted to meet John Cena, and like
John Cena's legendary. I mean,
he literally
he holds
flew
the
for- yeah.
Guinness World Record for
Which is kind of funny for a guy who doesn't know
most
what
Make a
kids.
Wish.
But he literally flew from Spain and met this kid. Like
I
and-
recently saw.
Yeah, it was a great story.
the
Basically,
movie
he's
with
like every
him,
other human
Heads
being.
of
He's
State.
got things that he does that are good.
Of course,
and things that are
yeah.
better. So
There's the persona, like
Yeah.
you said. There's the persona of the Hulk, or the Hulkster as the wrestler, and then there's the personal person who is,
a flawed human being like most of us.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Maybe we're not all racist.
and maybe a blatant racist, but
yeah.
made us happy before we.
I
knew
do have a
about
couple.
that.
I do have a few. When we want to get there, I do have a few of the what do they call them, Chris?
Feel goods.
Oh,
shit.
I have some feel goods too that Peter gave me a link to, but
Yeah, I got some ones here. If you
All
want.
right, yeah, let's hear it.
yeah, I mean, go for it. I haven't looked any of these up.
Listen,
Peter just sent me.
SD card hasn't fucking
All
kicked
right.
it yet, and
All
we're
right, Chris.
almost
What,
at
you
the
want to
God.
give me a little intro real fast, there, Chris?
Oh, feels good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
We haven't
nice.
requested that song at Enjoy in a long time.
Yeah, because they don't play any of our goddamn songs that enjoy those sons
I know.
bitches.
All
I
right, so
gave
there
them
is a
money.
Korean restaurant in Austin, Texas, that they
Holy
they just
shit.
crossed giving
They
away
have
their
Koreans in Texas.
they just crossed giving
Goddamn
away
right. It's over
they
here.
just crossed away giving their free 15,000th free meal.
Holy shit! That's
Every
incredible.
Wednesday they give away free meals. Every first Wednesday of the month they give away free
That
meals.
is really
They're-
cool.
It says on here, Chris, they're doing God's work. That's not even my
I
line.
mean, they are doing God's work when you're giving food
To-
away.
I'm
to
not
bank
sure if
on
this
that-
is. I'm not sure if this is.
Hold-
Sorry.
just to add to that, Will Smith's kid,
Oh, here it is.
Jaden Smith.
Doing God's work. This Korean restaurant.
yeah,
is
I'm on
15
the same website that Peter
Yeah.
uses.
Jaden Smith also opened a mobile food truck so he could feed some of the homeless and the poor too.
Nice. I've got one here. I'm not sure this is a necessarily a feel good story, but it's hopefully some good things can come from it. Evidently, they're coming out with a temporary tattoo that can prevent drink spiking by if you've ingested GHB, it will change the color of the temporary tattoo.
Oh, I've seen.
Whoa!
There's other. I've seen other things like they
there
come
are
out with
strips
nail.
you can put.
nail
Yeah.
polish. Like you can put your finger in there, and like if your thing's been
It's
your
like
drink's been
a-
drugged or tampered with, it will change
It's almost
colors.
like that strip that tells you if it's an acid or a base.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
That's really
cool.
cool.
It's sad that we have to use that, but it's a good
Yeah.
thing if it's available to the ladies in the world out there.
In the same vein of that, Uber is introducing a women's only
I saw that.
option so that women drivers can pick up women
Or, yes,
passengers
or
and women
price-
passengers can
only
apply
request.
for
Yeah, I
women
think the
drivers.
biggest issue with that is like the scaling of that is like, are there enough female drivers to cover the
that
demand? Yeah.
that of course will be the thing. I think in a major city like Chicago, not
an issue, but
Yeah.
like
but
other places.
smaller
Yeah.
places where fuck in goddamn Petoskey, you're lucky if you have like 2 Uber drivers.
Yeah, and both of them are male.
You're better off getting a fucking limo. if you got to go somewhere.
Or hoping that a bird scooter's around. Fuck you, bird.
There's
Good
no
Lord.
fucking way.
Ozzy Osbourne's final
Driving
concert.
in like
Ozzy Osbourne's
2-degree weather on your bird scooter. Sorry.
Ozzy Osbourne's final concert we talked about a few minutes ago. It raised $190 million for charity.
Get the fuck out. Wow.
So that's nice.
That's That's incredible. That's incredible.
It is very nice. I think, Chris, unless you got something else I'm not
Almost
seeing here.
0.2 of a billion.
I mean, I got like snake and spider venom produced hundreds of promising potential antibiotics.
Yeah, I'm seeing that one.
I mean, that sounds pretty nice. I mean, that's always good. You can save people's lives.
They got a Philadelphia's new service dog is an instant celebrity will support veterans after training camp. Look at that little cute little dog.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Trying to see if there's any.
I mean, psychedelic mushrooms reduce human cellular aging by 57%, increase lifespan in mice 30%.
You know what I read? EDM music apparently has an effect on aging. Somewhere between that 120 and 130 beats per minute, it slows down aging up to like 6 years.
Oh, really?
And what
Yeah.
are the
They-
drugs you do take off?
Well, I guess they offset, but they were talking about like David Guetta, and they just put out this huge long research thing. David Guetta's like 50, almost 60 years old. Wouldn't have known that by looking at him. But there's something
Wow,
about
that's wild.
there's like a chemical reaction in the brain that occurs based on the music. I mean, EDM and house just happen to kind of hit that, but it seems like any music that hits that beat, your body reacts. It brings down. It like increases cortisol levels, which is like good stuff. It
that
decreases
makes you happy.
stress.
That happiness. Yeah.
And it has this interesting effect.
I read about where if you run like 30 to 40 minutes 5 times a week, you can reduce your cellular age by like 9%.
That's great. Yeah.
So Peter's gonna live forever.
Peter's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that little fact. I'm like,
Peter's never gonna die.
Peter's never gonna
He's gonna
die.
be 99 years old. He's gonna be at Cleo's.
He's gonna
Avoiding,
with his belt
avoiding
buckle and his bolo
brawls
tie.
and getting
gonna-
Coors on tap.
He's gonna be at Carol's with the
That's
with
fair.
the AI version of
South City Revival. Yeah.
the hologram version. Yeah, play.
Well, how about this? We
Play
take,
ain't always the
we
cowboy.
take it out on what we're doing tonight. Me and you going to Carol's, hit up South City Revival, make an introduction, pay our respects, let them know that we're here on Peter's behalf.
Kick them off the stage and start singing.
I don't think they'd like that. But maybe
Should
we
have
could
been
join
a
them on stage.
cowboy.
Yeah. My cousin, the next room.
They gotta learn. If they learn that song, they'll never get.
Oh
away from
God,
us.
they'll never get rid of Peter.
And you're doing a date night, right?
Yeah, and I'll be check. Carol's
Yeah,
up
he's
there.
gonna be at Carol's later.
Oh, nice. Are you guys going to a restaurant or anything?
Yeah, not too far from there.
Natty Ice is gonna meet us out at Carol's.
Nice,
Yep.
nice.
She's finally back from Poland.
All right. Well, I gotta get going.
Yeah, it's 7
Well,
o'clock. I'm shocked you're still here.
Listen, we're testing
All
the
your
waters
things.
right here. This might be
Yeah.
the greatest point to call it before the whole system fucking shuts
I don't know,
down.
Joe. I think we give it another college try of like
If you guys
10,
want
15
to keep
minutes.
going,
I'll do
you
it.
guys keep it going. Been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Adios.
Yeah, this is.
I'm happy to keep it try. I'm scared to test. It's still recording. Good.
That's what
good.
we love to see.
This is our third attempt at this, by the way.
I mean, like,
So-
and our 5th attempt on trying to get the voice recorded.
yeah.
We're all types of screwed here.
Wait, Pat, don't forget your kindling box. Katrina would be very, very upset.
Joe, do you need a refill or you good?
I got a little bit. I mean, yeah, we're gonna do 10 more minutes. I'd take another one.
I mean, this is my 4th one. I'm a real alcoholic.
This is my 2nd, so I got to catch up. So kind of crazy, the whole Trump thing, the Epstein files, the South Park stuff. It's very interesting I'm starting to realize or think about how like the power of balance or the balance of power and how certain things, like you think about how Trump is getting away with all the things he does, and you're like, he's a single man, he's a single human, but he is the president of the United States, and that holds a lot of sway. And Stephen Colbert, Collateral Damage, huge. The most highly rated, highly watched late night show host getting basically booted off the air because of a comment he made during this and I think this is only possible because of the whole deal with Paramount and Skydance and his.
I'd see this. Yeah, this whole entire thing. Like, this is what kind of annoys me, and this is what I feel like back in like like in the 1700s and the 1800s, what the people that originally started this country fought for was like no censorship. I'm sorry that you feel so slighted that people don't like you and want to talk about you and want to. And some of it, I'm sure some of it isn't true. Like I'm sure some of the things that are said about Donald aren't true, are blown out of proportion, which is fair. But like you decided to take this position. If you're going to get butthurt because people are making fun of you, then you should have taken the position in the first place. I mean,
the same vein, have you heard about? This is bad. Maybe am I in the shot still? Okay, cool.
The camera's right on
At
me,
the
so
edge.
you should be in.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me just look up the term for this.
I mean, it annoys me that like that you like if you say something like the South Park episode just like literally was like it was on point. Was like you say something and it's like you're getting sued or like you're fired or you're censored or you're banned or you're kicked out of the country.
Yeah. So here's and this is I wanted to bring this in because we're talking about American politics. Have you heard about? Maybe you don't even know who this person is. There's a woman named Candace Owens. I think she was kind of like an alt-right or right-wing. I could be off, but I think she's more right-leaning in politics. She's got a podcast. And a couple months ago, maybe you saw it, the president of France came to visit America. And
Joe,
as he was getting off the plane, you could see, it's just like Air Force One. Like, the plane comes up, tons of cameras there. He's in the shot of the door, and you see a female hand like mush and shove his face. And then you happen to see it's his wife, who's 15 years his senior. And then you start learning all this stuff. But people saw this, and they're like, who just shoved the face of the president? Like, this is weird. And then you see it's his wife, and then he kind of like smiles and then gets out of sight. And people are like, is your wife abusive? This is very weird. And then you learn about, well, his wife was his acting coach when he was like 15. So then all of a sudden people are asking if
she groomed him.
If she groomed him. And then here's where Candace Owens comes in. Candace Owens is claiming, I don't know. I have no validity in I got no knowledge in this. This is just what's going on. She is claiming that the president's wife, which this guy's name is Macron, President Macron, sues Candace Owens over claims that his wife used to be a man. So, and here's where it comes in. I guess, again, now it comes into play. What's true, what's not. I'm sure probably a lot more of this is not true than others. But apparently the whole family involved in this on in relation to the president and his wife, known for some inbreeding. Maybe like, you get that in like European families where they're more kind of royal-esque, almost Rockefeller-like.
You get like kind of like in the Middle East where Pierce says like,
yeah.
Or Pierce told me.
Like families.
Well, like you get like,
together.
you get like, like there's like a lot
There's
of inbreeding. That's why like
yeah.
there's like a lot of they get like, they're short-tempered, a lot of hostilities type thing.
So
I don't know how true it is, but that's what
yeah. So she's claiming this woman's family kind of like that. And then that this woman, and I mean, she put out she put out a fucking documentary, like an 8-episode documentary. She talks about it all the time to the point the president, so Donald Trump, puts out a case against, like hurting them or whatever it is. Like, I forget what the correct term is, the correct legal term, where it's like you're slandering me, basically.
Oh, yeah, slander. Yeah.
Slander, yeah. So he did that. He accused some newspaper, which you're the president of the United States. Technically, you can't be slandered, I guess.
Oh, like the Wall Street Journal?
Yeah. But now the president of France is claiming, like, in the courts, she is slandering him. But both implications have to imply that these people are unable to make money due to this, and they're both in the highest positions of their country. They're going to keep getting paid. It's not hurting either one of them. Yeah.
I wonder if they're suing for libel.
Maybe it might be libel.
Yeah, libel, where they're like,
but yeah,
slander feels like you're financially motivated. Like libel's just like straight up lying about like.
Well, I think this is. Yeah. I think then it might be slander because there's the financial. But what I'm trying to get at is the political spectrum and across the world right now is fucking bonkers. You have a president who's pissed off because he's got a tiny penis on South Park. You have another president
I'm surprised,
who's upset because they're claiming his wife is a woman, and they're all or a man. Sorry, yeah, it's
his wife claiming
I did not marry a woman. How dare you? You take that back.
That's why I'm the biggest proponent of just not watching news, not dealing with anything, because it's just like it is so poisoned. Like you get like it's both the far sides of each end that are just like
that, and the media in general. Like everything's
I mean, like
an extreme now.
Yeah, the media
and
is just
an
like,
opinion.
Yeah,
not factual
The
anymore.
media is on like is like the far left. Yep. Then like you go online, everything's to the far right, and then it's like you're spouting off this is your opinion, and it's just like crap, and then this side's crap. It's like,
and if you think this, fuck you, and if you think that, fuck you too.
I literally went I literally logged into Facebook like for the first time in like months to look at something, and there was like this picture, and all it was a picture of 4 kids sitting in a tree, and it's like there was like 2 kids on one branch and 2 kids on another branch of this tree.
Yep.
Kid 1 was sitting at the end of one branch. Kid 2 was cutting off said branch, and to knock kid 1 off the tree. Kid 3 was cutting off the rest of the branch to knock off
himself,
to knock off kid 2.
Yep.
And then the kid 4 was cutting off the branch, but he'd knock himself off. It's like, who's the dumbest kid up here? And like I'm like, oh, it's 4 because he's literally cut himself off the tree. And I just went to go look at the comments, kind of see what people were saying. Like I see like these sometimes, like I see like sometimes where like people are like they put out a math equation, what's the answer? People
those I see a lot.
People get like a bunch of different answers. I'm just curious like what the real answer is. Sometimes you never really get it, but it's like immediately the first comment is like this, and then like the kid number 4 is a dummy because he's wearing a red hat, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, it didn't say make America. I'm like, it literally went from being like who's the dumbest kid to like a political argument. I'm like, oh God, this is why I don't do anything online anymore.
So
I was like, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Like, why do we literally just went from like, who's the dumbest kid, which clearly looks like 4 because he's cutting himself out of the tree, to being like, oh, you're an idiot for believing in this politics and this. I'm like, I'm done.
So this happened on when I bought my place. I think Pat told me about it, but he's like, there's neighborhood Facebook groups. So you can just kind of like know what's going on
exactly,
if they do events or something bad happens.
Yeah, like if something
like I learned about the fire
when
that happened. But I didn't go. Occasionally I'll check it, whatever. I'll go on Facebook just to like kind of look at this. But it's like once every couple weeks.
You're not commenting. You're not doing anything. You're just
purely a watcher, creeper.
Purely just
watching,
trying to see what's going on in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
See if there's anything that should worry you.
Yep. Yeah. And I go onto this, and I was like, it's kind of like when you come into a TV show and you haven't watched it for like a season or 2, and you're like, wait, what's happening? Like, I'm kind of confused. I come in, all these new rules about no political talk, all these things about being a community, all this stuff, and I had to like dig through certain comments and certain posts. Apparently, something got posted. Just a very, mild-mannered thing, and it turned into this whole political discussion, and the administrators of the YouTube...
the
Facebook group came on, and they were like, listen, we're normal people. We just created this Facebook group for the community so that we're not here to, like, log and track political stuff. We're doing this for fun.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it into this. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Something blew up. They deleted all of it. And then, but it's like everything comes to that. And it's fine if you want to talk politics, but you can't be like, you think so? Oh, you think it should be taxed? I don't think it should be taxed. Now we fucking hate each other. No, you're an idiot.
That's the thing. It was like you can disagree with somebody without hating them or arguing, or
we have lost that ability to respectfully disagree.
That's the thing. Like John's Republican. John Jacob, Republican, great guy, love him. Peter, probably a little bit more left leaning. I tend to lean a little bit more left. I feel like I'm somewhere in between, like the left and the right, like right in the like
certain like.
I feel like I'm in the middle, but like there's certain things like right, certain things left that I believe in.
I could say like on the right side, I'm like government intervention. I'm kind of like don't need as much of that.
I was in the same boat with like Elon, where it's like you want to get rid of government waste. Absolutely,
exactly. Yeah, I
but-
can agree with that.
yeah.
If that's a right thing,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
But like, I mean, like, but like John
Didn't
and
do
Peter,
it, right? But
John,
yeah.
but John and Peter don't like lean hard left or hard.
Yep.
But like, I like
When they get into it.
But no, they've talked about stuff. But like, they can agree and see. Like, that's the thing. It's like, you may not necessarily agree with what that person's saying, but you can see why they believe that, and you can respect why they believe that. It's like, like,
well, a lot of times it's like you believe this thing, and I believe this thing, and the reason we both are for those two different things is for the exact same reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like we think from our own opinion, this one will get us, closer to the finish line that we want.
Yeah, I'm not a big proponent of guns. I absolutely hate them. Like like when we went.
I mean, I don't think any of our friends
Well, I think
none of us.
I don't think Pat.
own
No, I don't
guns.
think Pat does, but Pat's been out shooting with his father-in-law.
Yeah, I've been out shooting.
But
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
shot
like
a gun.
when we went to
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas and did
Yep.
the shooting range, like like I was well out of my comfort zone. Not my thing.
Yep.
Did not like it. I mean, like I did enjoy like shooting the gun, but like I was nervous.
The
as all
experience is fun, but
Yeah.
of course, you're very
nervous as all hell.
recognize
like,
that this could fucking. If I point this in the wrong
wrong
direction, everybody in this fucking.
I mean, like nerves.
thing is gone.
Yeah, nervous. The
Yep.
nerves were through the roof. Like just
Don't
like,
want to do anything.
did not feel
wrong.
comfortable. But
Yep.
like I understand like people's rights to kind of like
Oh yeah.
have guns, own guns, hunt like that. Like I don't like I'm not gonna like just because I don't want to own a gun doesn't mean my feelings shouldn't infringe on some. But like where my head's at, it's like if you're gonna tell me you need a machine gun to go hunting, no, you don't. You don't need
Yeah,
a semi-automatic. You can hunt with. And like John, I think John would probably agree. Like it'd be not like I'm sure he would love to have like a semi-automatic machine gun or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. I don't know. But I mean, like he can.
It turns into a hobby like anything else. Like you're not using it going, well, with this gun I can mow down 60 people. It's like, no, with this gun I could shoot a fuck ton of bullets.
Yeah.
And my cortisol levels and my excitement and the adrenaline shoots through the roof, and it's fucking awesome, and it's a natural high.
What goddamn animal are you shooting? A fucking goddamn
Yeah, you're
semi-
not.
An elephant?
It's just fucking fun to shoot guns sometimes.
Are you going out in the ocean and shooting a goddamn orca?
If we were out in the desert and you go, Joe, you could shoot this rocket launcher and it won't hurt anyone. Without a chance, I'm fucking doing that. I'm driving a tank. Of course, that's all very cool things.
Yeah, I would think
but it's
driving
like,
a tank would be fun. Yeah,
but it's like those are fun. Now you might be able to make an argument more recently that with the way America's going, might be a good idea to keep your guns and be able to have guns just in case. You got some people pretending to be ICE or actually, I mean, it's it's gone to almost like Gestapo type antics with some of the government stuff where it's like I could see someone. Listen, I'm not going to go out and buy a gun, but I could see someone going, because of this shit, I'm going out and buying a gun.
Yeah,
it's just a crazy, crazy time.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple years from now, like in like 2 or 3 years, you hear about like a lot. Like, I don't actually. You know what? I mean, I would be surprised if a lot of the population moved away, mostly because of how hard it is to move into other countries, like trying to get like
and a lot of countries. I've read a couple articles
that
I won't lie. I thought about it more for the kid thing. Sarah was definitely worked up when Trump was getting elected and kind of like spiraled a bit, just getting caught up in the media and all this stuff. So, of course, I looked into it, and I can do it because I have my citizenship.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But I have seen a lot of articles recently that said a lot of countries are shutting that down and not allowing it. Unless you do, like, the golden visa,
the
which
golden visa involves a bunch of investment.
A bunch of investment. Yeah, you're talking at minimum, you have to invest at least $10,000 in some country, at least. And that's low. Most places are
like millions.
Yeah.
And it's but I mean, like, yeah, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if you see that, and then like what you're saying is like countries just closing the borders, being like, we're not going to accept people, and like that's what they're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to get political and like the immigration thing and saying one is right or wrong for America. But if you look at other countries, they have much stricter immigration laws and immigration enforcement than they do. Well, maybe not with the ICE shit like coming up in places like that stuff, but like, given a couple of years ago,
they probably don't have like the same. I don't want to say we have open borders, but it's pretty close to
it
like
is.
an open,
Yeah. Listen,
it's as close
if
to
you're
an open
illegal,
border. Yeah.
You could come in on a vacation and then you can stay here.
There's-
and
yeah.
the system is built so that you can sustain a life, and maybe you don't have certain rights, but if you fly under the border and you don't have any issues, you live your life and you're paying your
I feel like
taxes.
that's the thing. You're right. Like if you get like a vacation visa, there's not much enforcement to check on if you've gone back with your visa because we don't have enough officials in that capacity to check on that kind of stuff because we don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, but other countries, very, very strict. Like, I mean, you see this. It kind of started with travel. Like Italy started like barricading certain stuff so that.
Nice.
So that, I mean, you saw a lot of countries do this where they're like, we want to limit the level of people coming in just for vacation.
Tourism.
Just tourism.
Yeah.
Now, listen, other countries are. I know you think America's racist. If you've never left the country of America,
I mean, I've been to Mexico and Canada, and that's been it for me.
Dude, the European countries way more racist. France, dude, they don't even. I mean, but anyways, other countries have much stricter laws, and I think a lot of times people. It's kind of like when we do like remodeling.
Yeah.
And you're working on a wall, and you're like, I see this blemish right here. I see this blemish. And then you're like, no. Take like 6 feet back. Wall looks beautiful, but you were just like focused in on this one thing. It's like if you take a step back, America's got it pretty good in terms of immigration, even with the migrants and all that stuff. Like, yes, it feels more a verbal argument than it is, let's take care of the immigrant situation. It seems like people want to argue about it more than they want to fix it or change it.
I feel like people, that arguing about it. I feel like people
Trump comes in and he's like,
I feel like people also push it to be like, it's more like we got violent offenders here, and it's like, no, you don't have that many violent offenders that are coming in.
I mean, Pete Buttigieg came out, or Pete Buttigieg. I'm sorry,
Mayor Butt,
King Butt, maybe. President Butt one day, possibly, with all his speeches he's been going on. People are talking about possibly the next Democratic, like pusher for president. But he was saying like, I didn't know this. The laws and the rules and the practices for immigration have not changed since the 80s.
Yeah.
Can you think about how much has changed in the last 40 years at this point, both in technology and just like building out the country?
I mean, yeah.
We probably need those people. We just haven't changed the system to bring them in.
No, exactly. It's crazy. Joe, I'm going to give you 3 things. One is back to your talk about like Europe and how it's so much different.
Oh, yeah.
Pierre talking about the fact that in Ireland, people still smoke in bars.
Holy shit, yeah.
Pierre,
he talked about people rolling cigarettes.
Yeah, rolling cigarettes, yeah.
That blew my mind.
Yeah,
but yeah,
wild.
they do smoke a lot out there.
Yeah, Pierre. Number 2, have you seen Superman?
I did.
How was it?
I liked it a lot. I've seen Superman, and I saw Fantastic Four.
That was the next question I had. I asked Mr. Anderson the other day. He liked both of them.
Both are good in very different ways.
Oh, are they?
Superman feels like, if you ever watched the DC cartoons growing up, very true to that. Just a bunch of heroes in it. They're not pulling, like, they kind of play it like a comic book without being a comic book, but
that's kind of nice.
It's just like Superman is here, Green Lantern's there, Hawkgirl's there. We're not introducing these people. Everybody kind of knows heroes are a thing. You're just dealing with the problem, and it's very fun. It's just a very good, enjoyable movie where it's extravagant, it's colorful, it feels like old school comic books in that realm.
Oh, nice.
It's my favorite, honestly, my favorite portrayal of Superman and Clark Kent. Even though people say
I've only seen one Superman movie, and that was with Christopher Reeve, and that was the 80s one. I did like that one a lot. Yeah,
it's very reminiscent of like this. Honestly, my complaint about this movie, there was so much happening. I wish I got to see more of everything. Like the guy who plays Mr. Terrific, which is the black character with the T mask.
Okay.
Kind of like the smart superhero of the group, kind of stole the movie. Like he was really cool. The guy who played Superman, very Christopher Reeve-esque. Like just honestly, this is the first time where I saw a Superman and I saw Clark Kent, and I'm like, they do kind of look different. Like they also gave in, like the hypno. They talked about his glasses are hypno glasses, and that's why you can't tell. So it got very comic-y. It was very fun.
Okay, that's good.
The Fantastic Four movie, very like Marvel formula, but they focused on the characters, and then the superhero stuff was like an aside.
Okay.
And so you had a good story, an interesting story. You felt like it was in a different universe.
That's what Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson said like it was a great story kind of.
It was a great story, and it was in a different universe, so they weren't held to. Like
this is like this is like an origin story kind of, right?
It is like it starts 4 or 5 years after.
I'm basing it off what I've seen off commercials. It kind of seems like an origin story.
So it's sort of an origin. It doesn't do they went to space. They got the powers. How they became super. It's like they're already superheroes. It's like 5 years in, and now there's this new, almost like galaxy level threat.
Okay.
Right. But it's so good with like the characters all intermingled together. There is a CGI baby that kind of takes me out of it. Almost, if you've ever seen the Twilight baby, or even memes of the Twilight baby,
no clue.
It got kind of goofy. I mean, listen, they were doing stuff with this baby you couldn't do with a real baby.
That's fair,
no doubt about it. But great story. I mean, listen, when we walked out of that movie, me and Sarah both said, I think we like that movie more than Superman. And then as we talked about it more, we're like, they're just two different types of superhero movies, and they're both fantastic. That's
what Mr. Anderson said. Mr. Anderson said he'd go see Superman again. That's how much he likes Superman.
I think I would see Superman again because so much. I don't want to take away from it to say too much happened and it was too much. It wasn't. It really was like watching a Justice League cartoon.
I think
superheroes are in. You just get to watch it.
I think
people are doing cool stuff.
I don't even think Mr. Anderson wanted to go see it for like the stuff that he missed. I think he's just like if somebody was interested, he'd go see it again. That's how much he liked it.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. It makes me excited for the DC universe.
That's great.
The new stuff. It feels like the comic books, the cartoons you grew up with, superheroes have been around forever. There's no origin. There's no new Superman, first superhero, new Batman, first Batman. They've had superheroes for like 300 years.
There isn't no Batman 1936.
Yeah, none of that shit. I'm sure he's somewhere. They didn't mention him. in the movie,
the time traveling Batman.
Yeah, none of that. Although if they had it, they probably could do it in this universe. It's like a cartoon but real life, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's great. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we finally nailed it. I think we got it, Joe. 50
after 3 hours, we got 53 minutes.
We got it. We nailed it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining me and Joe and Pat for 30 minutes on the. I
just want to say, the first two go-arounds, Pat was a fantastic Peter substitute.
He was.
It is a shame none of that got on camera.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean that sincerely. He did a great job. He was like, he came in with the intro. He brought in, like, he was good. He's like, now we'll talk about last week today. Had the topics, even at the end there. Had the
the feel-good stories.
Yep. So props to Pat.
He's just like that child. He's like that child support payment that won't go away.
I was going to say Pat normally doesn't get props, but we got to end it on that. There we go, baby.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't, hit the like and subscribe button. Email Joe Keneally, because Pat's not here, at the The
I'll
After P
take it.
podcast
I'll
at
take it.
gmail.com.
Listen,
We'd love
if
to hear
you
from
email
you.
me, I might send a foot pic. Yeah, let's put that up
Yeah,
there.
you get this video.
I've been training for a marathon. They're real pretty right now.
You get this video to 1,000 likes, 1,000 views, and 1,000 comments. Joe will show some feet on
We're
the next podcast.
posting it on the Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get you. What you gonna do, brother, when me and Joe Keneally run wild on you? Bye.
Woo! Wolfpack, baby!